So when did letting go become my job? This past weekend, I watched my daughter take her first few steps. My wife was sitting on the couch and we stood her up about a couple feet away from her, and she took a couple steps and stumbled into my wife's arms, and yeah, that was pretty special. It reminded me of just how fast they grow up. It was only a matter of, it feels like months when she just was born, and I held her in my hand and she was 7, 8 pounds, and now she's chunkier than ever. All the rolls, all the dimples, just all the hair. I've spent all this time up to this point just caring for her, right? You know, feeding her, burping her, changing her diapers, changing her bath time. And that's my job, right? My job is to take care of her and protect her. And for a moment there, when she took her first few steps, I was doing something else. I wasn't necessarily caring for her, but I was watching her. I was observing her. I was cheering her on, clapping for her. And that was a really nice change of pace. I was not worried. I was not having to look after her. I was there clapping as a father, right? As a dad. And that's the fun part of fatherhood is the fun part of fatherhood is obviously raising them and caring for them and getting them up to a certain point, right? But I can't wait to just, when I guess my job as a dad will never end, but there's going to come a point where they don't need me anymore. And that's all I do is I clap, I encourage, I watch, and I see all that, all that time I put in, see what it comes out as, right? See who they are, who they become. Um, and that's pretty cool. I've realized as a father now that I've realized as a father that as much as I want to keep them in the house and protect them and keep them here forever, what my job really is just trying to get them to a point where they leave and they go on their own. They go out on their own without me, and I can just watch and cheer them on. Um, and that's what fatherhood is about, right? When you're in the trenches early on and you're not getting sleep and you're just doing diaper change after diaper change, and you feel like, wow, is this really what I signed up for? And it is, but eventually you get to a point where they take their first few steps and you're like, wow, I've gone from the caretaker to a fan, right? I'm clapping, I'm encouraging, I'm trying to see her take her first few steps, and as she gets older, that's only gonna get more pronounced, right? I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be taking care of her less and less, and she's gonna be out on her own, and that goes to show that you don't wish some of those hard things in the beginning away, right? Because they're not always gonna need you. They're gonna go out on their own, and you're gonna be clapping, and you might miss those dark days early on where you're with them at 2 a.m. in the morning trying to get them back to bed, trying to burp them, and it's gonna go by quick, man. So enjoy it. Enjoy the struggle, enjoy that caretaking that you're doing, enjoy the blowout diapers, all of it, because before you know it, they're gonna take a few steps and they're gonna walk, then they're gonna run, and then they're gonna leave the house, and just gonna be you. And that seems pretty lonely. But until then, I still have them in my house, and I still have a lot of years here to look forward to. So good luck out there.